Yup, same old, same old. Loud looks dominant and Sentinels lose, right? Well, maybe things aren't as clear cut. Valorant is a game of second chances and how you use those opportunities to bounce back. Because of this, we can't look at surface results as the end all be all. Just like Crew, who were winless last season. Their record would scream worst team in Americas, but the majority of their losses were far from sweeps. Almost each of their matches could have gone either way, which is why they were able to run through America's LCQ and win a spot for Champs 2023. It's not always if you win or lose, but sometimes how you win and lose. And no, you're not safe either, Loud. Winning at the regional stage isn't proof you're at the top either. Ask Team Liquid how their season went after beating Fnatic. Don't get me wrong, it was an impressive feat, since they were one of only 2 teams to humble Fnatic. It resulted in them being crowned as EMEA's first regional kings. However, their Masters Tokyo and Champs performance show that they weren't quite at Fnatic's level after all. Just because you beat a team today doesn't mean you will tomorrow. So, what did the Loud versus Sentinels tell us? For one, both teams weren't just sitting on their hands all off-season. They were cooking and putting in the time to be dangerous. One of the things I look for in a team is how they play together and combine their utility. If you made it to tier 1, chances are you have crack aim. We should not be surprised by this. At the end of the day, this is a tactical team-based hero shooter. Aim, strategy, and ability usage are all important factors to keep in mind when judging a team's claim at the top or bottom. At the very beginning, I got my answer.
Asked of it. Dog cancelled. Yeah. He has cancelled the dog with that one.
That's pretty sick. I mean, decent postman positioning as well from Loud. They're not all just grouped up claustrophobic on the site. This fight for A ramp is going to be massive and
oh, that's not good.
He drops.
This was a beautiful use of utility. I'm sure this isn't anything new, but it was a stark contrast to how Loud used their agents.
Just assaulting onto the side as well. Celsius is just defusing. He's sticking this all the way. Another one is home.
Yep, not once.
He's late forward. Is he going to be planted for him onto heaven? He needs to win that fight out, and he does with 2 years by his side. Heal online as well. One more play, but Zek's defusing. Zek's defusing. Zek's defusing. Nothing to stop it. The molly too late.
But twice, Loud's post plants answers came up short. And props to Sentinels to have the awareness to stick the spike defusal as well. We all know filling a role as large as Aspas is not going to be easy. It was a common theme I started to notice. It felt like Sadak was overextending himself often, which might explain why he had the worst plus and minus for first bloods and first deaths. And don't get me wrong, -3 isn't the worst, but a part of that could have been from the fact that Quick was struggling. Overall, he had 5 first bloods and 6 first deaths. But none of those kills came on the offensive side. In fact, all his first deaths came on the offensive side, giving him a total of -6 for that half. Rewatching this game, 3 out of the 4 rounds Loud won was because of him though, in some sort of way. Like in round 2, where he got traded but resulted in Loud getting heaven control. A good duelist will either dive onto site and get frags to create space, or put themselves in positions to at least get traded. Even if both teams have 4 players alive, it's a win for the offensive side, since the lanes to player ratio decreases, therefore putting more pressure on the defense. Overall though, we have to take into account Split is an extremely defensive sided map, and Sentinels did an amazing job at making life hard on Loud, as well as the fact that Loud's initiators died a handful of times before they could use their utility properly, the same utility that's supposed to help your duelist onto site. But hey, there's a reason why I picked Loud to beat Sentinels in my pick'ems. They still have world-class talent.
Still low, a single shot will do it. 2 years with the whiff as well. Celsius, he wins his fight out. Still gonna worry about these players though. Ducked onto the side, that's KDAWIN, a flash up top, but it's smoked off. Tens sticking to the fuse, running into it. KDAWIN, that's 3, that's 4. Will he get the ace? Yes, he will.
And winning pistols on defense gave them the momentum to turn the tides. Even here, we can see Loud was paying close attention to Sentinel's money. If there was a round for a team to buy half shields with Vandals, it would be this one. Knowing this, KDAWIN busted out the Outlaw, aka the Eco Operator, to do its job.
They've used it, they didn't catch anybody.
There it is, yep, there it is. Outlaw finding value.
And now Sassy wants nothing to do with it.
Absolutely.
They would go on to win that round too. Even Quick helped give Loud the lead as well.
the right timing. It doesn't connect onto anyone, but now the smoke's aside a drop, and boom! QCK! He makes it go boom. Showstoppers there. They are falling and dropping all over the place here. Not a chance for Sen.
And eventually they were able to close it out in an hilarious style.
Wide out to the open where the kills. This time, it's a feed filling up with red. Sadak making the most of it. It's dropped all the way down. That is insane. Two fast ones rips them apart. Sadak's still alive with the shorty. Pick it up, son. Get the upgrade. Get the bloody man. Oh my God.
Who is this guy? Those final 2 rounds were electric from Zadak. He just decided to win.
Hopefully at this point, people will give Loud more credit. You just can't sleep on players who were able to get it done in the past. At least give them the opportunity to lose their standing, rather than just taking it away with no real results to back it up. Despite this loss on Split, I have to say Sentinels look quite impressive. It's no secret that this team is still kinda built around TenZ, and rightly so. He's practically the face of the org and the game. So when TenZ looks good out there, Sentinels do as well.
To TenZ now. Tight to the corner. That is ridiculous. The adjustment necessary now from him in second playing the Kevo. He's brought it now just to 2 years. They're not going to be aware. He just taps it, but they can see it. Not sticking it. And there it is. What a play by TenZ.
They were actually able to find a role that complements his play style so well. There were so many times TenZ's risky plays paid off and helped the team.
Open the jump spot, we'll see it. Stun, does it force anything out? Yeah, here's the Sentinels now. He is in danger, not quite. He is the danger apparently.
And honestly, this makes so much sense too. Omen's abilities are close to that of a duelist with his TPs and flashes. With a 13-11 scoreline, Split could have easily gone either way. Especially when you realize Saucy had 7 kills and 20 deaths. Which does suck, but he only had 2 first deaths, so things could have gone a lot worse. On Ascent, he turned things around pretty quickly too. Overall, he had 24 kills, 14 deaths, with an average combat score of 331. And get this, just for the defensive side, his average combat score was 505. That's just ludicrous. It's hard to name a better combo than Ascent Sova with an Odin. However, on Ascent, the story fully goes to Loud. This was their map pick, and we got to see what was in Sadak's briefcase. A brand new Ascent team comp that could finally bring exciting life to this boring map. However, I have to come clean with you guys. At first, the Phoenix pick looked quite odd to me, but I started to realize that this comp has 7 freaking flashes, with the original Bully Agent Breach too. I think at this point we can say that Loud has given utility dumping a whole new meaning. And it was quite impressive to see all the Phoenix Molly lineups Quick was pulling out of his bag of tricks. It's also quite scary to think that Sadak and crew may have more ideas up their sleeves too, because they have a bunch of flexible individuals who can run a number of roles. Even he brought back Judge KO, which I love seeing because it means we're getting one more step closer to nerfing this thing. I fully believe him and YZ destroying people in Champs 2023 helped the devs nerf the Judge from 7 to 5 rounds per magazine. Job's not done though. If we keep seeing more plays like these, we can live in a reality where the Judge only has 3 rounds, or even better yet, it's just deleted from the game. So I speak for everyone who has been tortured by judges on Split, Bind, and probably Sunset too, that we trust in Sadak to get the job done in that department. Overall, this matchup showed that Loud deserves a little bit more respect. I can definitely see teams eagerly banning Ascent when facing them, but be careful, we may see even scarier team comps from them. Their next matchup is against Leviathan, who look well put together too, but still very beatable, especially on Split. Sentinels did a pretty good job on Ascent too. I know this might sound like a hollow victory, but guys, come on. This team comp is insane, and they only lost by 4 rounds. They look composed on both maps, and every time Loud punched them in the face, they answered back with blows for themselves, and even took the lead back a handful of occasions when being down. They actually outperformed Loud when comparing defensive sides on Ascent. They should be able to beat 100 Thieves if they bring their A game. But what do you think? If you're a Sentinels fan, did this loss against Loud deplete your hope and copium reserves? Or are you still going strong? And Loud fans, congrats. You still have a very scary team. As always, like the video, stay safe, and I'll see you guys later.